For 12 years, Mike Tindall remained a silent fixture of the royal perimeter. His discipline vanished on a stage in Powys. "I knew him when he was fun," he said of Prince Harry. 6 words replaced a decade of public restraint. Those tracking these shifts in the monarchy's internal defenses can subscribe to follow the data. On stage, fellow athlete James Haskell mocked the 2018 surgery on the player's nose as taxpayer-funded. Tindall did not retreat into royal modesty. He ignored warnings from festival organizers to avoid the subject of Prince Andrew. Instead, he detailed the geography of Buckingham Palace, placing his own quarters at the opposite end of the building from the Duke of York. The ridicule marks a shift from 2022, when insults were restricted to whispered corridors. For Harry, a guest at Tindall's 2011 wedding, the humor acts as a formal removal from the inner narrative. The punchline signals a permanent distance from the center. The palace schedule continues. Mike Tindall lives at Gatcombe Park, within the 700-acre estate of Princess Anne. This proximity places him inside the Windsor perimeter, yet outside the official palace payroll. In the 1990s, Prince Michael of Kent occupied a similar boundary, using public appearances to deliver sharp assessments of Prince Edward that the sovereign could never officially confirm. Zara Tindall remains 21st in the line of succession, maintaining the neutrality required by her rank. Her husband faces no such constraint. He has become a functional asset for an institution that requires a voice it can legally disown. They replace it with the image of an outsider who has simply lost the room. The Princess Royal offers no public response behind the gates of Gatcombe. The commentary is left to the man who married in. The transition is visible in a specific set of keys. In June 2023, the Duke of Sussex confirmed the final return of the keys to Frogmore Cottage, his last private foothold inside the Windsor security perimeter. He now requires a formal security request, filed 28 days in advance, to stay on Crown land. Meanwhile, Mike Tindall maintains a permanent residence at Gatcombe Park, situated behind the stone walls of Princess Anne's 700-acre estate. The 2019 baptismal register for St. Nicholas Church lists the Duke of Sussex as the godfather to Lena Tindall. Yet, while the Duke waits for Home Office clearance to enter the grounds, the man who married into the family moves freely through the palace side entrances. Tindall stands in the halls where the Duke once lived, holding a microphone for a public broadcast. The contact number for the godfather remains in his phone, but the gate code at the end of the driveway has been changed. The market value of this perceived honesty is quantifiable. Engagement for the podcast, hosted from Gatcombe Park, rose by 22% this year. This marks the transformation of a retired athlete into a strategic commercial outpost. A £10 million production deal now rests on this proximity. In commercial planning sessions, the Princess of Wales is not a relative. She is the instrument, the force capable of placing a project on a global map. The product is the contrast. Tindall maintains a narrative of unvarnished British reality, a functional counterweight to the California aesthetic of the Duke of Sussex. This trajectory leads to 2027, when the next cycle of the Invictus Games in Birmingham will force these two versions of reality into the same frame. For the Duke, the return remains governed by a Home Office security protocol. For Tindall, it is simply a matter of walking through the gate. Who is the greater threat to the crown? The Duke who speaks his truth, or the athlete who sells his access? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more.